Hey guys, Charlie from Adjust the Mic. Just need to do a little content disclaimer. Adjust the Mic is created for adult audiences only. Unless you're a terrible parent, we advise listener and reader discretion for graphic depictions of terrible things that are involved in our lives. It might get dangerous on this podcast, but we're all in this together. Enjoy the show. He's got space. She's got the brewery. I'm dumb, and you're dumb.
Yeah. Stop.
Like we're dumb.
Declan, you like the Foo Fighters?
No. So, are you just going to ask me questions and I can answer it and then we'll go from there? And you can edit out anything that makes me look stupid, or if I say something really messed up that needs to be gone.
Yeah, let's talk about how much we hate Scott Geiser.
This is my checker.
I want to
How you doing, people?
wake up, feel fine, grab my baggies off the clothesline. I want to wake up, restore, thinking back on the night before. I said yeah, then I did it. Having not a
Feels like a
second
rape
thought.
dungeon in here.
I know exactly what he tastes like.
I said yeah, then I did it. La 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 la.
Just a mic, Chloe.
No. You cannot buy the beer. No. I always blame the beer.
Okay, here's the show.
And you see the little boom. Just like that.
Is there a boop yet?
Is that it? Is that it?
Is there a boop?
I see it,
It looks like
I see a boop.
It looks like a fucking spreadsheet.
but I don't know.
So we're going to do this.
Is it a recording
this
boop?
show again.
Episode 128, episode 128 of Adjust the Mic. To my right, the host with the most, Mr. Scott Geiser.
Hello there, everybody.
Hi, Scott. Colleen is to my left. She is the craft beer queen.
Hello.
How are you now?
Hi, Colleen.
And
Hey.
we have Charlie with us tonight.
Hi, guys.
But no Chris.
No Chris.
No Chris.
Rocket actually went up about, what, an hour ago?
I think so.
So
I
he's
think he's at
know,
the
prioritizing.
Elon bar. He's at the Elon bar having a little.
Chris, I was
after
watching
party.
your broadcast. Are you putting those pop-up facts on there like pop-up video?
I like it.
Like Fun Space Fact? I was like, oh, I like
Yeah.
that. I'm learning.
Today's National Compliment Day. I'd like to compliment Scott on his glasses. I think they're nice.
Well, thank you so much, Charlie. Your legs are just looking splendid today.
Thank you. I got short shorts. Colleen, I
Oh,
love
nice
the Vans.
Thank you,
Very
Charlie.
nice. I think Allie has those Vans.
They're
Those
vintage.
are fantastic.
So
She's dressing just like me.
Yeah, same shirt too.
So cool.
we were talking about a post on our Facebook group about Olive Garden breadsticks with a hot dog. Like you use the Olive Garden breadstick as a bun for a hot dog, and what topping we would want to put on it. I said Alfredo, an Alfredo dog, and you guys both strongly agreed.
Yeah.
Can we not think about it? Like maybe a couple strips of bacon on them, girls? What are
Like
we doing?
crumpled
Like
bacon.
a bacon Alfredo?
Like
yeah.
crumpled, like real bacon, but like in cooked, but like crumpled over the top.
I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a carbonara. You know, maybe you know what I'm saying.
We'll all have a heart attack and die.
Oh yeah,
Hot
That-
dogs and bacon.
that should be an
and
appetizer
breadsticks.
at Olive Garden.
And then we got Olive Garden's not real Italian, right?
Colleen's just staring out into
No,
space.
because I was thinking about the
this
hot
dog.
dogs. We used to do these ones at Hardware with buffalo chicken. Like we'd take the buffalo
Ooh.
chicken dip and put it on the hot dogs, and we would take the pot roast sliders and put them on top of the hot dogs. And it sounds gross, but man,
No, it
they
doesn't.
tasted so good.
Sounds good.
Sounds delightful.
Okay, sorry.
So Olive Garden is you.
It's not real
You
Italian.
said it. You said it was real Italian. You're from the old country, or you have family from the
My grandfather is Sicilian,
Oh, I like the ham thing. you
and the
did there.
family we do the
Sicilian.
pasta fagioli. Okay,
Okay.
pasta fagioli.
Yes.
And every dinner was exactly the same in that household. You know, when I was a child. You know, and it was a salad, and it was a big, huge salad with big chunks of tomato, big chunks of onion, green pepper, and it's Italian dressing on iceberg lettuce. And there was 2 huge bowls on our table, and it was one bowl for my grandfather and one bowl for the rest of the family.
Jesus.
And he would sit there and just hound that whole freaking sorry, Grandpa, freaking salad by himself. And then we get pasta vajoule would come
He would
in.
keep eating?
So we get some soup, and then we get our spaghetti and marinara and all that kind of stuff.
No, what pisses me off is when you tell somebody you're going to Olive Garden and they just automatically, that's not real Italian.
No,
Like you say it's real Italian. It's
like-
I know that, but it's fucking Olive Garden. It's amazing.
I don't know why people shame it so much. The food is good. The people are always so nice.
Okay, I'm with you, Charlie, 100%. And I want to throw another place at you real quick.
Okay.
Just thought of Fazoli's.
Oh, I loved Fazoli's
I-
back in the day.
You know
is
what?
Not a real Italian.
I
but-
don't think I've ever been.
Oh my! They're breadsticks.
The
and they're-
breadsticks, that's it. That-
Really?
I would just go and get the breadsticks.
Is Little
Right
Ce-
across
is
from the mall, man.
Little Caesars from the old country?
Jesus.
Because I love their
The old country of
breadsticks.
Detroit.
Crazy bread?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Old country crazy
Their
bread.
crazy bread might be some of the best.
It is the best.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, their deep dish is a problem too. But so Colleen Carrabba's?
Yeah, that was, well, I always loved Olive Garden, but then Carrabba's the first time
So,
I ever had that fettuccine
Let's put some
Alfredo
context
there.
to
And
the
the
reason
bread.
we're chopping around this story right now is we just recorded 10 minutes of this show and already
Yes.
talked about all this shit. Now
Yeah.
we're doing it again, guys. So I'm sorry. We're rehashing
It seems
part of
so
what I think
weird.
We messed up. And now it's working fine.
Well, let's
We should
hope
just
so.
like
I
jump
think
right
Chris
into
did. The ghost of Chris not being here.
Charlie. Can you, Charlie? You're moving. You're selling your stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
You're having issues. I've got to hear this story because he didn't finish it,
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
I'm dying. So,
So-
you got to start all over.
So you get all the if you've ever sold anything over social media,
Are we going to Carrabba's or are we just
I'm
skipping all
sorry.
that?
I really want to know what happened to this story.
Okay.
I'm sorry. No. Go to Carrabba's.
Ol-
Go to Carrabba's.
Olive-
No, it's
Olive
fine.
Garden's better
It's
than
fine.
Carrabba's anyways.
No, we're just
No,
forget
it's
that whole
not.
part.
Yeah, Alfredo and breadsticks. That and the zuppa toscana.
But when you walk into Carrabba's, you get the bread and the oil.
yeah, that's good too.
And like for real, like their Caesar salad is so good.
Well,
And
That
then
chicken that they got.
I just went for the first time. I've never been to Carrabba's. I just went like 2 months
With the-
ago
with
when
the
we went
goat
to
cheese
North
chicken?
Carolina.
listen, on that menu, it's not on there. It's a secret, but the chicken trio, they might have added it by now, but you can get that chicken Brian,
Chicken
the
brine,
chicken
yeah.
marsala,
Oh, yeah.
and the Polo Rosa Maria.
But they put mushrooms on everything. I don't like fucking
I
mushrooms.
like the big bowl that you get, the rigatoni bowl, and it's just freaking full of pasta and carbs.
Every other dish has mushrooms. Olive
the
Garden's
bread
better.
is always so warm and soft.
Yeah, but that you're right about that. All that oil with the herbs. Ugh.
And like you were saying before when we were talking about the poor cooks that have to be watched cooking everyone's
They gotta
meal.
watch us.
But
They have to watch, like they have
They're
to sit
not
there
watching
and
us.
sweat in their little stations, their little sweat stations.
I promise you now, they
And
don't even
cook
notice one person sitting out there.
Delightful, authentic cuisine.
Like they work hard and they just keep their head down, man, because they know not to even look up at what's going on.
Yeah,
It's such a small space too.
Olive Garden.
Mm,
I'm so hungry right now.
I know.
All right. New
I haven't-
I'm
story.
sorry.
I haven't eaten
New
dinner
story.
yet. Oh, okay. So the whole marketplace thing. I'm eventually selling my house. Shout out to Linda Powers for that. She's
Linda
been
Powers.
helping me with everything. If you need a real estate agent, Mutter Realty.
If you want some hot
Linda
dog
Powers.
casserole, her
Get with
husband
Trey.
will whip that shit up.
Shout out to Trey and that hot dog casserole. But anyways, I'm selling, man, and that's another thing. Do you know how freeing it is to get rid of shit?
Oh, it's
And
something.
and addicting. Like I don't want anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's so great.
The
But
more you get rid of, the more free you feel.
oh, feels so good.
Yeah.
So
I don't feel
anyways,
free at all.
no, you don't. I had 2 kids beanbag chairs. You know, I paid
Yeah.
probably $30-$40 a piece for them.
Mhm.
You know, and I was going to sell them both for $30.
Mhm.
And
BOGO.
yeah, or you know,
Facebook BOGO, man.
15
Bring
for
it.
one, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm good with the price. What I just want to get rid of
Wheeling
them.
dealing.
So I had this lady message me. You know, is this still available? I'm like, yes, ma'am. They're $30 for both of them. She's like, I want them, but I can offer you $8 for both of them. I'm disabled, and all I have is $8, and my grandson will come pick them up. I said, well, I'm sorry about
Borrow
your
$8 from your grandson.
And she looked like she was in her late 70s, early
Yeah.
70s or whatever. I said, I'm sorry about your disability, but how about we do 15 for both of them? You can have them. I want the fucking space. I want to get rid of them. So that means you're not giving it to me for the $8 that I asked for? I said, well, yes, ma'am. I made sure, Well, yes, ma'am. That's what it means. I'd like 15 for both of them. Mm-hmm. She comes back, and I see that, you see when someone's
dots.
typing. You're like,
the hater dots.
Okay, all right there, ma'am. Let's see what she's saying.
Dots, lady.
So there's this long text. How dare you charge a 70-year-old woman $15 on Facebook Marketplace? You're the problem with this country. You, sir, are the disciple of the devil.
Ship them to Russia.
And I'm looking at this, and I'm like, honestly, the first thing I thought about was one of you motherfuckers made a fake profile, and you're fucking rooting me like you're getting over on me. And I was like,
that's so funny.
So are you sure it wasn't somebody?
No, it wasn't. It's because I did that
escalated quickly.
That's funny.
It was crazy. So I texted. I thought on it for like 4 or 5 minutes, not long, and I just texted back 666 Hail Satan.
Oh, did you screenshot it?
No, I didn't screenshot it.
Totally should have.
And then as soon as I did that, I was like,
we could have whited
well, she might.
You sent it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I did. And then I found her and blocked her and all that because in the long text she had mentioned.
What if her grandson shows up at your house with $8?
Then they're gone. I sold them in a yard sale I had. But no, that's not a thing.
So you blocked her?
So I blocked. I found her off and then blocked because if you know, Messenger's different.
Satan worshiper.
I have guns. But anyways, that was one of quite a few instances of dealing with fucking crazy people on that marketplace. Like they're crazy.
Is it easier just to have the garage sale?
Well, you got a lot of pros on there. And you got a lot of people that just don't care. You know what I mean?
I had a young kid come up, and Riley and Ava wanted to get rid of a bunch of the pops.
Yeah.
And it was funny. He was like 21, 20, he's a young kid, and he has his buddy with him, and he comes up, he's looking at his pops, and they're going down the driveway, they kind of talk, and they come back up. He goes, hey, how much you want for all the pops? And I said, well, they value out at like $340. Mm-hmm. I said, give me $280. Mm-hmm. And he goes, all right. Will you take $80 for them?
Oh my god!
I'm like, hey man, listen, you probably haven't done this a lot. Like you're just getting into this, and I know you want to make money. Like I know you want to make money.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what the deal's supposed to be.
I want to make money, so let's make money together. Offering somebody $80 that's you're in my.
I'm not a garage sale trying to sell a chair for $3 or 50 cents.
A lot of shit. A lot of shit I was.
Exactly, but not the collectible stuff. Not the
and he's
real
like,
stuff.
well, all I have is $200. And I said, well, then you don't have enough money. And he's like, okay. And he starts walking the car. He's like, all right, $280, and he gave me $280.
Oh my god!
But it's like it was funny because. He hadn't been doing it. You can tell he hasn't.
But you know why these guys do it? Because they see it on TV. There's a TV show for this, and there's an etiquette. And these kids, all of us, we watch it and we learn. Yeah. I'm a salesman. I do it at work every day. I'm negotiating.
But it's not I'll throw them away. Yeah. Fuck you. I don't like. I'm not like we're not doing this.
Okay. I sell comics on eBay, right? There's a reason I sell them on eBay and not. You're going to get top dollar. Facebook Marketplace or in all these different rooms and Twitter. Like you can do these little videos on Instagram, these little live feeds, and people sell comics and auction them and have people bidding on them.
Yes.
There's all kinds of things like that, and there's stores that do that. But there comes so much of a cost of dealing with freaking people. In eBay, it's like there's a lot of professionals on there that if you do it right, and you communicate and you just hold your line on your prices, you could put, if you want to take a less offer, you can put that in there or not in your auction. You don't got to deal with people. All you got to do is ship the thing. And you don't even got to deal with the post office anymore because you can print out your damn label, tape it to a box, and drop it off.
Yeah, and I appreciate it.
He's sit in line. You don't got to
really?
do none of
He's
that.
been helping.
It's so much easier.
He's been helping me with that, Colleen. I brought a bunch of shit, and I've made a ton of money on fucking eBay. And I got more stuff I'm going to bring over.
It's something that, it's the way to do it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to. There was a lot of awesome people that came for the yard sales. Good people, man. Just want to hang out and talk and stuff. And
you just always have a few.
And then
those are the ones you talk about.
The little kids show up, and you just give them shit.
You got to give them stuff.
Just give them stuff.
Dude, Sawdust gets so much stuff at all the yard shows.
Ava used to do that when she was small. Stuffed animals, they just say take them, take one. And of course I did that. And there was some really good people, but there's some fucking creepers, man.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
It is. You're right.
But I'm dealing with all of that. But I am officially moved. But I have some work to do on the house, and Linda's going to put it on the market for me.
Okay.
So I'm now.
Linda's awesome.
Yeah, she really is. She's a gangster too.
Are you
man.
going to do like a dancing video in front of your house?
I can.
You should.
I will.
Like just a little
Yeah.
something, you know.
Like what is you're
don't
doing
know,
the
just-
shoulder shimmy? Tell me
just a
what to
little
do.
something. I don't
the
know.
Roger Rabbit, the Cabbage
Yeah,
Patch. Tell me
just-
what to do.
What's the
Like,
latest
what can
TikTok
you
trend?
do?
Oh,
What can you do with those legs?
everything, Scott.
Everything?
I can do everything with these legs.
Like what can you do? The like the
Michael Flatley,
like
Lord of the
line
Dance.
Can you
Like,
line dance?
I can do a split.
Can you?
Yeah.
Like a straight up split.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that for a second.
Colin, get out your phone and try to get over here and do a
Let's
split.
Well,
see,
no, I
let's
hurt
see
my
your
leg. I hurt
RuPaul
my-
drag race.
I hurt
split
my
on the
leg today.
floor.
I hurt my
Do
leg
a death
today.
drop.
I hurt my leg a little bit at work, but before that, I could do it. So maybe
before today.
maybe when it gets better.
Okay. All right. We'll check on you next Tuesday.
But no, shout out to Linda. She's been patient with me. And I got a couple things I need to do, and but it's nice to be out of that house, man. It's really nice. So.
Well, how long have you lived in another house? And you were in Port St. John, and now you're moving back to Titusville. How long have you lived in that Port St. John house?
January of 2009.
Okay, so January 2009, you moved in. Did you come from Titusville?
Yeah.
So you've always lived in Titusville.
Do you know why I moved out there? Is because I worked 5 minutes from there. And then in 2011, what happened.
Yep.
And now I'm driving to fucking Orlando.
Yeah.
So there's no point. The only thing in Port St. John I give a shit about is Chad Cook and Josh and Kathy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I don't see them that much because,
Yeah.
everybody's got their own lives.
Yeah.
But I really, Joe's moving.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Where's he going?
Oh, shout out Joe. Sorry. I'm talking about
Where are you going?
He's not far.
Okay.
Not far.
All right.
But, yeah.
You got to get out of I'm sorry, Port St. John. You got to get out of Port St. John. It's all it is.
Well, calm
is
down with the water bills.
neighborhoods.
You got Titusville water bill is a problem.
I don't have that problem.
She does.
Yeah, I do.
I know you do. That's right. You guys do on that end.
But
It's
where
expensive.
this is a temporary, and then we'll see what we do. We might end up down this way.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So,
This is-
but we'll
this is
see,
that.
man. I'm just like I said, getting rid of stuff
Yeah.
is highly addicting.
And moving though, it's a big change. Like your route to do you have a really? And I'm sure you already have for a little while because you've already done these drives. But waking up in Titusville and then going to work,
Oh yeah.
it's a whole different. Like you have
Bro,
different stores on
I
the
would-
way. It's
listen,
different
Exactly
everything.
Listen.
what you're saying with the neighborhoods in Port
I
St. John.
I would
Yeah.
God.
drive to Port St. John, drive to Titusville, wake up in Titusville, drive back to Port St. John, and then to work. And it was one of those things that
Yeah,
it doesn't
just do.
bother. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah,
I loved it.
but now it's
But
just different.
now it's just easy.
and it's just different.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's just
man.
the change.
and it's only this is the first week, man.
kind of
It's-
refreshing.
Well,
Oh,
I,
dude.
I
You
grew up.
You
You
have
got a little
no
bounce to your step
just
right
to
now?
get. Yeah, it's great.
Are
Man.
you skipping a little bit?
Driving here,
Do you skip?
driving here, I was so happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have
Or-
to get out. No 95. Fuck
Like-
you, 95.
Were you
With
listening to
Port St.
Pharrell
John?
Williams' Happy song?
I grew up in Port St. John. Like, that's where I grew up, and I never got to do anything in Port St. John. I had to
Yeah.
go to school in Titusville. My friends all lived in Titusville. Like, all I did
And
was
then you got
sleep there
to shit back to hell.
and then go. And then I remember, like, when Publix first opened and, like, we started getting, like, grocery stores.
Yeah.
But still, like, when I actually moved to, like, Merritt Island or Titusville, I'm like, oh, my God, there's actual other options. There's restaurants. There's things to do besides Dogs
and
R
everybody
Us.
from Titusville's like, there's nothing to do in Titusville.
Yeah.
Port St. John's like, fuck you guys. We got
Yeah,
a flea market.
It's just houses on houses.
Oh, no, they don't.
A dollar store.
That's not there anymore.
No,
I
they
know.
burnt down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they
They
still
got
do
that.
one on Wednesdays.
They listen. They have that doghouse pizza down there, and it's real fucking deal.
Yeah.
Like that's real deal pizza. And they just opened the Cellar. It's a restaurant. Supposedly that's really nice. And you're closer to Cocoa Village
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. The port. But you know what? Fucking listen. When I drove home today, straight to Titusville, it was like
Like,
so great.
I'm not a fan of Melbourne, Palm Bay, all these places where houses are super condensed, you know.
Well, no, that's Melbourne and
then
Palm Bay
there's-
is so
then
spread
there's
out.
not other things. But, man, I've lived down in Melbourne for a little while. In that traffic, there's so many
Oh,
cars.
it's a shit
there's
show.
So many neighborhoods.
92 or 192, whatever
off
that
of
is.
Sarno
Oh, so
Road
bad.
and all that area, it's terrible. I
Yeah,
mean, there's
so
certain
bad.
areas you can get to the downtown Melbourne and have a good time. There's certain little spots to get to the beach side.
But you know what
But
you know what one of the best things about
love
where I'm at
Titusville.
now? I am about 2 minutes from Popeyes,
Oh yeah,
and I'm about 2 minutes from Third Culture.
yeah. And we got a Chipotle over on US
I've
1.
never been there.
Yep, it just opened. Right in
Well,
front
I've
of
never
Hobby
eaten
Lobby.
Chipotle.
Oh,
No.
it's fantastic.
Is it better than Moe's? Is this Olive Garden
It's just
Carrabba's
like
thing?
Moe's, but if I were to choose, I would choose Chipotle over because I like their meat.
When
better.
you walk in, do they say, "Welcome to Chipotle"?
No, no.
Then fuck them. Oh man, I don't know. They yell "Welcome to Moe's."
I don't know if I like it though.
I love it.
I hate. Listen,
I judge every restaurant by white queso. How is their queso?
when those young men and women are working at and having to say "Welcome to Moe's" every time comes in, you hear pure. Just like, I don't want to say this and I hate this, and sadness and depression.
Have you ever noticed at Publix that they do that?
They don't look at you and go, "Welcome to Moe's." Like did they
But
really
then you
mean
say,
it?
then you go, "What?" And then they have to do it again.
So
I've done it before. Welcome to Moe's. I'll be like, "What?" Welcome to Moe's.
you know they do
I
that
feel
at Publix
so bad.
now,
I'm
right?
like, I hate that you guys have to do that. Like, I would never work there, or I could never make somebody do that.
Hold on.
They
Against your
make
will.
them do it at Publix
Publix
now.
does that now?
Yes, because every time I walk into mine, because I used to work at that one a long time ago when it was at the other location, so I still know the people. I walk in, and every time they have to say "Welcome to Publix." So my friend Sydney that works up there, every time I walk in, I stand there until she says it, and I'm like. So she comes in the brewery the other day, and I'm like, "Welcome to Playland Hardware Store." Like, but she said every time I see her anywhere, she's like, "Welcome to Publix."
Do you agree with that?
No.
Do you feel like that you should make your employees do that?
Well,
crap?
I think that any establishment that you walk in, you should be greeted.
Yes.
I
It
have,
makes them
I agree with
acknowledge
and
them.
I have been to places where
Yeah.
you're. Actually, it happened the other night where they don't even
now tell
they
me
don't even
this.
acknowledge you.
What is better? Do you have to open the door and within 10 seconds be told hello? Or if you're in a line and when the first person is like, "Hey, can I get your order? Hey, I hope you're having a good day," and they treat you properly, is that acceptable?
Well, you feel the
like,
room.
which is the better?
Why can't you do both?
Yeah, you can do both.
I mean, both does happen, and it's not. I'm not trying to.
if
say
I
it's
go,
one or the other,
let's say
but
I go into the brewery
what do you prefer?
and it's insanity. It's I don't want like you just
Yeah.
you do you.
Yeah,
And then I'll get a beer, and then if it slows down, like
and then be nice to me.
like
Yeah,
it's
treat me
common
cool.
fucking sense.
Yeah,
Well, that's
exactly.
how it is. If it's slow, any person that walks in, you always are greeted.
Yes.
You know, now if it's crazy busy, it's like I have no idea who's coming and going.
Yeah.
Like,
See, when I worked at Subway, we'd see the door, and you'd see people walking towards the door, and then I would say, "I got to go to the bathroom," and everybody would go different areas, and then whoever was last got
Such a-
stuck having
that's
to
a
walk up there and
dick
get
move.
the person.
But that makes a difference, and it's you
was
know what,
fun.
it's so much different now.
But then you're like, "Hey, welcome to Subway. What can I get for you? What kind of bread would you like?"
because the service industry, what they're going through, so it's
Yeah.
difficult now, man. You got to
Yeah.
kind of work with people because
Oh yeah,
some of these businesses have no choice but to hire people that don't fucking want to be there, or you know, it's
so many
just-
people just are just unskilled.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just the
yeah.
skill
and
it's-
places like that, like you have like there's skill involved in that. There's tact. There's
Yeah,
Colleen's gonna get a better if I don't know her, just how her personality is. Like I'm gonna tip a lot more with somebody like that
all day
than
long.
somebody
all day long.
like is angry to be there. Don't wanna
I've
be
I've
there.
actually seen people that I think are pretty cool, like that have served me, and I tipped them really well, but maybe they weren't giving me the best service, you know,
Yeah.
maybe. But I was like, hey, I always try to tip well, right? And the next time I remember coming back to that place, that person was like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" They remember you.
Oh,
And when you
100%.
take care of somebody, even when they're having a bad day a little bit, it makes them it helps. It changes, man.
I always feel like it's karma. It always
Yeah.
comes back to me somehow. Like, so we do that all the time. And then, no joke, every next shift I work, somebody will tip us like a crazy amount. Like I'll
Yeah.
get 50 on 100 or something. I'm like,
yeah, and
what?
you guys are spoiled because your clientele is awesome.
Yeah, we're
at
really-
the brewery. You guys
Yeah.
got 95% probably of people are good people.
Craft breweries, man, they're here to stay, man, and especially good ones like Playlinda.
Giving everybody the gout.
with all the choices and all the different, you know, the pairings and everything. That's just so different than everybody else does, man.
Wrong, like those guys, those brewmasters, they take that shit serious. Like it's a serious thing.
Yeah,
Like, and you can go to different breweries and see. Like we went to that Sierra Nevada, that huge one, and
Yep.
outside of Asheville, and you can tell like they take it serious.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been to breweries where it's like, oh, you're just like this is a problem.
Yeah.
Like you're not.
Yeah.
So, it's just like anything else.
And it just, you take it to another level of the service and the beer. You know what I mean? It's got an atmosphere.
Man, we're lucky with the staff we got.
I feel like it's like the people that didn't want to go to bars, and didn't have a place to go.
Yeah.
They have a
now
place.
have a place to go.
You know
what I mean?
That.
Like that's
true.
kind of what it is.
I totally understand. That's how I feel all the time when I'm working there. Like
Yeah.
I'm glad, like it's a place my parents can go, and I know that they're safe, and they can still like hang out.
Yeah.
Like I don't want them going to like Gold Lion or something. No offense to people at Gold Lion.
Yeah. As far as I got an idea. It's not an idea. It's already a reality. But like, there's breweries. Okay, you have craft beer being made and served, and good food being served to people. When is weed gonna start becoming something that goes into food?
It's not legal,
When
buddy.
it's legal.
Well, in California and in other places, I know that's what I'm saying. But in other places, they have restaurants that are open and they have private catering services. Well, people will come to your house, and you might have a whole house full of people. Like just like a brewery makes certain beers that everybody comes and congregates to and enjoys. They're gonna do that on this edible. Right now, everybody and their mothers are eating gummies, right? And everybody in the whole world eating some kind of gummy or
Even
something.
the Real
right?
Housewives.
Oh, yeah, everybody,
Yeah.
moms, grandmas, great grandmas.
It's because weed's
It's
awesome.
gummy paradise. But what's
Not me.
But I know not you.
Okay.
But what's going to happen?
Jesus
What's going to
Christ.
happen is it's going to evolve to beyond that, because you can actually just have a butter or something that you have or make, or a coconut oil that's infused that you're just going to be able to add to like a dinner. And there's going to be services where you have parties where they make all this food for everybody.
I have a question, since I have
Yeah.
no idea about any of this. And I'm being like, I
Yeah,
really
I know
don't.
you don't. You seriously don't.
When do you think this is going to be federally and state and federally, like where it's good?
We're kind of on the edge of it right now in a way. Like there's a tipping point when a certain amount of states go recreational, like just like with prohibition.
Mm-hmm.
There's there's been like multiple substances or changes in policies that usually it's when a certain amount of states, and now there's already been multiple senators and stuff on both sides that have brought proposals and said, well, I'm not against it, but I'm not for that one because there's too much posturing.
So a year, 3 years, 5 years?
I think I'd give it another couple years, 2-3 years,
2 or 3
maybe.
years,
I
yeah.
really do. I
Okay.
mean, it could be up to 5. I mean, obviously,
But
it
you're
could change.
realistically. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
All right.
I mean, there's a lot of understanding and learning going on
I
for it.
retire?
I mean,
Not too long from now.
but think about it this way, though, guys. The economy with the war going on right now, overseas that we are invested in, the inflation, which is much bigger than the war. Okay, the rising cost.
Oh, war is gonna
okay. Like
make
just
it
look at the
worse.
gas prices right now. Like remember when we used to have to pay like almost $100 to fill your tank? We're
Yeah.
almost there again. Like we're getting back to that.
Not me. What are you
And-
driving?
And it's because we're not fracking over here and we don't have our own,
Yeah.
resources. So we're having to get it from other places again. So they're able to stipulate the prices and stuff. So now we're dependent. So now we're, it's bad, and it's going to get worse. And what I think is going to happen is right now the black market for all of this marijuana, for years, and even California and all them, they're having to revamp and change a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because the people that are going legal can't stay alive because of the taxes and the black markets.
Well, we actually
So when what's going to happen is a lot of this big money, is involved, and they're putting a lot of pressure and going to put pressure on these senators. Hey, all this money that even you senators have invested in our stock corporations, we're going to go bankrupt if you guys don't make this change because the black market's going to beat out the legal market. So that's the battle that's going on. I'm not even saying which one is better than the other, but it's happening. It's all playing out, and there's been failures and learning from problems in California and other areas, and it's going to get fixed. And then all of a sudden it'll be when the big corporations are fully ready. That's when it's going to happen.
I cannot even imagine that kind of world.
Everybody's
where it's
buying
just-
each other out, and everybody's doing their thing, and it's like this big corporate greed thing. And then you got all these guys that have been doing it their whole lives, trying to
Well, we got
feel left out. And
tonight.
you know how it is.
We got the State of the Union address by our president, and he's gonna. They said one of the top, obviously besides the Ukraine-Russia conflict, he's gonna talk about inflation, prices, gas price, all that. So he's gonna hit on that tonight.
Interesting.
Let's take a little break. Come
Cool.
back and we'll hit on that a little bit. I guess I don't know shit about it. You probably do.
Okay.
Subtle differences between truth and religion. Short don't want you long. Why can't we all the same? Fuck all that bullshit!
I'll be at the brewery Saturday morning because there's a
They
Florida,
don't open till 3.
the Florida Brewery
checked
running
it.
series is happening this Saturday morning where people come and run and they get in a very good mood because their endorphins are going.
I like it.
It's like one of my favorite events.
Before break, we brought up this State of the Union supposedly that's happening tonight. Scott, you can hit on this. And my life has been so insane. I haven't really delved into it. I don't like watching the news, man. I don't fuck with the news like that.
No, me too.
It sucks, and it's kind of sucks talking about.
But you know what upsets me is, and listen, man, there's a terrible tragedy going over there in Ukraine right now. But I hate like when the kids know about it and they have that anxiety and stress because Ava is having a lot of that over this because they don't understand. Yeah, because they don't understand how far away it is and what. Which I mean, listen, this is not. It's a scary situation. But it's just, I hate seeing it press on like a 13-year-old kid. Like it's stressing her out.
Because you have a spectrum of, just like in anything, of empathy through kids.
Yeah,
some kids
man.
are super empathetic and really think about these things. Then you have kids that
don't
know what's happening outside of their room.
Riley don't
on
give
a
a
daily
shit.
basis.
That's
You know
my
what I
kids.
mean?
Riley don't give a shit.
There's just both,
But-
and it's all the way through
Yeah,
adulthood, all the way up and
Ava's
down.
all worried about it, man. So it's hard to
She's
explain
a caring person.
Yeah, it's hard to explain it to a child.
So you have to explain it to her in a different way. You kind of
Yeah,
got to be
and I
honest
did.
with her. You
Yeah, I
got
did.
to,
But anyways, the
It's
state
tough.
State of the Unions tonight. We're gonna see what I know. He's gonna hit on a lot of shit, man. It's crazy what's going on right now, man. Some of the and like I said, I don't really fuck with the news too much, but it's hard to avoid some of the images you were seeing. And
it's pretty hardcore, isn't it?
yeah,
And if you are on
It's
Twitter
weird.
and you
No, I
can,
don't
you can
have
pop
Twitter.
some links here and there and see some videos, and
Uh-uh.
you saw the Ukrainians on Snake Island, at the
no, I didn't see that.
I heard about
this
it.
Russian, here, let me see if I'll pull it up on Twitter here in just a second. But
Heard about a fighter pilot that was tearing shit up.
I mean, they're
yeah,
like
called the Ghost or something,
Yeah.
and it's all. I don't know how factual some of this is. We're gonna.
I know.
you
Is it
listeners,
real?
We're gonna say things at this that I can't guarantee is a fact. I can't.
I don't even know why we're
I
talking
think if they're
about
listening
it.
to this
There's so
podcast,
much-
they know that.
There's so much. There's so much information that's being put out, and there's it's pretty intense because there's propaganda being thrown out from a lot of different sides, and you have other countries. I'm seeing videos of what's being said in China. What's being
What
said
are they
in
saying?
Russia,
What are they saying in Russia and
I mean,
China?
like some of the narrative. I mean, it's all Western. It's against the Western philosophy. Like we have democracies and we have dictatorships. Okay, and
Sure.
it's been a long time battle. Let's perspective this. I understand the fact that Russia probably doesn't want their enemies partnering up right on their borders because it provides strategic moves.
You're talking
for-
about with NATO.
yeah, with the NATO thing. I
Yeah.
can kind of understand them not wanting that, but that doesn't mean you should come in and attack. I think us as America, we probably should say, hey, we ain't going to surround your border with allies. We can still have an ally and not be a member of a society.
But
you know what I mean?
I want to touch real quick. Let's go back to that. And
Mm-hmm.
what is the media saying in Russia and China?
Okay, so some of the narratives that are being put out based on that perspective.
Because I didn't know nothing about that.
Is there's a couple things, okay, and this is where I think some of this is just propaganda, obviously, but I have seen some of this on, on videos in China or in some other country, and their news agencies are kind of throwing out the fact that Russia is just trying to save Ukraine because they're asking for it because their president is not a democratic type of guy like we think he is. They do a lot of bad things to their people. There's a narrative of COVID was actually created by the West, and there's all these biolabs in Ukraine, and they're bombing these biolabs. There's that narrative that I've seen brought out.
Jesus.
And who knows? I mean, just like on our end, Putin's crazy. Putin's this. He's probably a pretty smart dude sitting out in the back. I'm not even giving the dude any, like, he's a fucking terrible person, okay?
Sure.
But he obviously has thought about all the outcomes, of this, or a lot of them. You don't do this without. I mean, obviously, we don't want to go to war with them or anything. Personally, I don't want to see any of it happen. But watching all this play out on TV is pretty wild, man. It's like I've never watched.
Do you find yourself?
I didn't
getting,
watch the Iraq stuff back in the day.
Do you
the
find
Oliver
yourself
North stuff.
getting sucked into it? And
yeah.
Do you see? I can't.
And there's a timing thing with this too. Like you got to think about this, man. This is my conspiracy theory coming out here.
Okay,
right here. I'm just
go.
straight up.
Oh, I love this shit.
So Rogan, like they were attacking Dave Chappelle and the person before that and the person before that. And you got Rogan. He's been a heavy hitter. The media's been hitting him.
You think
hard.
Putin's a Rogan fan?
And Rogan, okay, Rogan. That motherfucker gets so much more attention than all the other news agencies combined.
Yes, he does.
Now that this war started, these guys aren't talking about COVID anymore. These guys aren't talking about nothing. When you watch any news,
they're not
station
canceling
right now,
anybody.
It's all it is war. Who are the reporters in Ukraine? Who are we talking to? Where are the bombs? Where are the bodies? What can we show you? This is the fear that we can. And everybody, like I'm watching fucking CNN, Fox, NBC because I'm going to all the channels and trying to watch.
Really?
I'm addicted to like.
You
I want to hear.
stop.
I want to hear what everybody's got to say. I'm not believing any of it. I'm not taking any. I don't take sides, but I want to see it. And then I'm going on Twitter. Like there's these professional hacker dudes on Twitter,
Anonymous,
and they have been given free range. So they've been fucking showing their videos.
What about Anonymous?
Like shutting down Russian websites and Russian.
That's Anonymous, right? The hacking guys? Or?
They're one of them, but I'm talking about this guy Jester. He's actually like a kind of a world famous one. His laptop's at the FBI Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And he's actually on Twitter talking, and he's
shit.
like, "This website is down. Ask me why." He's trolling all kinds of stuff. So it's fun. There's so many different perspectives, and then you have people that live in Ukraine that are sharing because
live streaming.
They're
and
getting
that.
social media. Like even Elon, they got the satellites pointed right on Ukraine, and they just shipped a whole bunch of Starlinks. Where the Prime Minister of Ukraine is like, "Thank you,
shit.
Elon," and has a whole truckload of Starlinks for satellite.
Wow!
So they're keeping their internet service up and everything. Their president Zelensky, he's the all-star.
He used to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an actor, comedian, or whatever.
yeah.
But he's like, I mean, like the United States are like, get your ass out of there, get your family.
I saw
set you up.
that.
And they're like, no,
Yeah.
like we're not leaving our people. He's a rock star. Like,
Yeah.
the one thing that Putin, I feel like, has made a mistake on is the cancel culture society that the world is in right now. Is all these other countries are all about like we're canceling Russia. So all these oligarchs that have badass boats are getting confiscated. There was a boat that had some things that are destined to Russia that was the France, I think, got a hold of.
Really?
And took to their port. And you got all these Russian billionaires who their funds are getting frozen, from other countries. It's a and I don't know how much of this is actual fact or narratives that are being driven from either the Western side or the Eastern side.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Republican Democrats that are going at it right now, but it's a world stage conversation.
So after you watch this at night when you get off work, the reason I don't do it is because, like, I'm not going to bed if I do. Like, I need to watch, like, The Office or How I Met Your Mother.
I never do this, guys.
Or Darcy and Stacey.
I hate the news. I hate everything about that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I hate the arguments people get in, the choices of the Biden versus Trump. Who's better? They both suck, guys. And if you're arguing over it, you're ridiculous. We should expect better as one person, as one society.
Hold
we
on.
should
I
expect
don't think
better
I've
from
ever
both
watched
of our
cable
parties.
news
Not
shows.
one
You
or
don't
the
think
other. They both
Biden
suck.
and Trump are good?
They're both terrible.
How dare you?
I think 95. There might not be one on senator or representative on either side that's respectable in my eyes, because they're all bought by private.
Do you
money.
actually like watch cable news? Like, do you have
Hardly
one?
ever.
Okay, I never have.
I am right now.
Okay.
I got a Spectrum the other day because I wanted to watch the Magic games for the second half of the
Poor
season.
guy.
Oh, it's been fantastic. We've been winning.
They're the worst team in the league still,
Markel
right?
just got back Monday night. Go
But
Magic.
they're still the worst team in the league.
No, not the worst anymore.
Let's check.
They're like the third worst, fourth worst.
Let's check.
They're tied. There's like three
Okay.
teams that are all down there.
Okay.
But it's a good thing.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It is. Charley.
right.
Well, there's no baseball,
It's beautiful.
no football.
Baseball. I don't care about that.
But there's. I lost my train of thought now.
We're talking about
Oh, they
cable
are.
news.
They're the worst team in the league.
So, what were we?
Cable news. I just can't believe some people watch it like 24/7.
I got it, and then as soon as this war stuff, like it was like 2 or 3 days, like last weekend, right before it was about to pop off, the UN Security Council had like a emergency meeting on whatever. So I'm like, I'm just gonna watch this. I want to see what's up. And I started hearing like each of these countries state their stance of what was happening here. And the big one that was almost spoken through everybody was like, why are we doing this meeting on TV for the world to see right now? The reason we're doing this is because the United States asked for it to be done this way, because they're trying to use this for their narratives for the defending Ukraine. And then they brought the Ukrainian representative. Like there was 11 countries that were a pact with America, kind of, and saying stop, have a ceasefire, stop. Russia vetoes it immediately. China backs them up. Mexico kind of is staying neutral, but they threw some hardcore slanderous shit at America, talking shit.
Mexico?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big time.
Oh.
India,
I
they
love
have a good
margaritas.
natural
No, I don't like
relationship. And so all this is happening, and everybody's throwing out their narratives, and man, it was just interesting. And it's like, it's sad.
Colleen, are you hip?
Sad.
Are you hip to any of this shit?
no.
Now, explain that. You just don't pay.
Listen,
You pay zero attention to it.
I literally just try to get through every single day. Like, I get up, I have to get the kids
It doesn't
ready.
affect
like,
me.
I mean, honest. And then when I get home from like taking the kids to school, if I do have a break, I watch like trashy reality TV.
Yes.
And then I go to work. I hear what other people say. I feel like if it's something important, I do watch the Today Show in the morning, and at night
Okay.
I'll sometimes watch, whatever news is on. But I do not watch cable TV news. Like, I just never have
The
been
only
into
thing,
that.
this one just seems a little different to me, man, because I feel like, and I'm not gonna say this at every war in the future, like. This is something that's a little. We haven't seen this since World War II. Like this
Yeah.
kind of an invasion from this many. They took
I wasn't
Crimea
alive
not
then.
long ago. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's happening right now. We just left Afghanistan and got a lot of flack on how we did it, right?
Afghanistan.
And a lot of countries saw that. We just went through President Trump, where everybody had an opinion about him. I'm not judging. I'm
Sure.
saying everybody had their opinion. Every country had their opinion. You had some that loved it because they thought it was fucking us, and then you got some that liked him because they thought he was good. You had a lot of, all different narratives. But we just went through that, and we have all these weather things happening. We have all these different narratives. There's a battle between green energy and old school money, oil, and new money, and social media money.
Too much information
All this-
everywhere.
all
yeah,
this
that's what it is for me. It's too much.
and it's
man.
all this shit is spiraling out of control. You can let this control your life. I understand why some of these, 90-Day Fiance and reality
Yes.
TV shows
man.
they get the ratings that they get.
You just want to forget, like you
Yeah.
guys, like we had brought it before. You and Chris, the Oculus. It's like video gaming. Gaming is like it's the same thing as that.
And that's what it is. Like for me, I can't like for some reason I have like I can watch 1883 all day long or some like Game of Thrones or a certain type of show, but I cannot watch a reality TV show because once I figured out like there's so many of them, and when you find out they're all written and staged, you know what I mean, and you're watching like Frontiermen and shit, and it's like everything is staged, and then I'm like I can't watch this bullshit anymore because I would get into it like I can't fucking do it.
American Pickers?
No.
Oh, I love it.
I've watched 5 seasons of it.
I love it so much.
There's not a new show that can come out to do it to make me want to watch it again. And there's 15 other shows just like it now.
Oh, every day
there's Garage Store. You're fixing Grass Monkey garages. You got fucking Yard Sale Masters. You got fucking.
How about Love Off the Grid?
You know, you got Love and Connections.
I'm a Bravo-holic.
Hey, your 1 day fiance,
not
3
even
days.
ashamed.
You got the 1 hour, 5 hour.
Love Off the Grid, the Christmas house right here.
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
That's her dad.
That's right. Yeah,
and Teresa knows her.
Yeah, that's right.
There and that show, ooh, fucking good.
There was an Australian one that our friend Shannon.
It's better when you know them.
On. Yeah,
it's better when you know them.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Everybody has their escape.
Yeah, and like some people it's game shows, some people it's like the VR, the games, Xboxes.
Working in your yard, working with your plants and stuff.
Everybody has their thing.
Listen, give it Teresa painting a wall. She's like, "Oh, can we paint? We're gonna paint the house." I love it. I'm like, you're a crazy person.
I know.
I hate painting. I hate it.
I got to paint this house, and I've been saying it since I moved in, and I still have.
Val, that was on the podcast. Same way. She loves it. Do you like? Is that a thing called?
No.
I need to meet someone.
I don't like making decisions like that.
I fucking hate painting.
If you like to play, game on.
So bad.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, we're in a weird place right now, man, and it's just I'll jump in on it like at work. The person I work with is pretty up on that shit.
Yeah,
and I'll get my daily dose from him. And I'll jump on there. And
we're
I'll
about
like
50-50 in the office.
Yeah,
it can't go. Like the other day, a couple people started to do the Trump versus Biden thing, and then Hannah in the office, she goes, "Guys, we can't fucking do this in the office," and everybody just shuts the hell up. You know, because we're like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah, it's just pointless. You're the same fucking people.
You can't do.
You're
that,
the same people.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's so crazy how people that are into that don't realize it.
I know, man.
It does.
When you take a step back, if you really can look at, you have to be able to look at yourself. Like you have to go through something and have some kind of hardcore feeling. Like for me, I used to think fucking I knew everything. Like it was a lot worse than now, and it's bad now, right?
Yeah.
It was bad. Like when I was younger, I was
running track.
I was successful.
Making
I got
t-shirts.
Good jobs. I was always did well for myself, so I had this personal blah 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 blah. I know don't tell me, I'm not worried about anybody but myself. When you kind of go to the bottom, and get that humble pie and have to do things the right way or think about things a different way or learn from your mistakes, man, it's amazing. It's amazing how you can just wrap yourself into a narrative because that's what you want. If you don't want to learn or change or do anything, you never will.
How about this? Exactly what you're saying. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times.
That's very factual.
We replace that with non-binary gender, whatever you want to do. I don't want to offend anybody. Women?
Who said that?
I don't know.
No, it's a quote, like a famous quote even.
That's what I'm saying. Like
there's something like that. They're talking about these, the Ukraine. I mean,
it's a quote from a novel from Michael Huff.
All these guys fighting. I mean, you got women and children can leave, but the men 18 to 63 or whatever it is, you're staying and fighting. And these guys are just going down the depot, picking up a bunch of guns and doing their thing, man.
But it's true. You go through to struggle. Definitely builds who you are.
Yeah, man.
No matter what it is in life. That is
when
a fucking
when you don't fail, you don't think about you have that mindset. I'm not going to fail.
Being comfortable is a problem sometimes, man.
Yeah.
A lot of times, Yeah.
And that when you have people that argue politics in a big time way, some people do it for trolling and for fun. That's a little different, because you're smart. You know what you're doing.
Jared,
you know what I'm saying?
Talking
but
to
the
you,
ones
Jared.
that fight and argue back and forth that really don't know what they're saying or I watched this thing and this freaked me out. Is the Sandy Hooks and all these things, how there's the conspiracy theories about all these different things. There are people there that have websites and support groups that think it's all fake, right?
Yeah.
And these people
Alex
go
Jones.
to the extent of reaching out to all the families that are listed about their family or their daughters, their wives, their husbands, their parents that died in any of these horrible accidents. There's these people that are calling them liars, saying
Isn't that
there's
fucking
no
crazy, man?
you have no proof that you had a daughter. Like, show me the death certificate. And when these people show you a death certificate, that was forged. You made that.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that you can do or show. Like, hey, asshole, look at my Facebook. Here's 500 pictures of me and my daughter. Yeah, my daughter died. And the only way you can stop these people from doing that is like this one dude. He comes up to this church and goes, "There's no bullet holes outside this church. This never happened. There's no massacre here." It's like, no, this happened. And then they didn't want everybody to drive by and see this, so they repaired it. Like, the people came out, put a big thing up, and fixed this church up because they don't want bullet holes throughout the church forever.
Bullet holes?
You know what I'm saying? And these people are trying to use that as an excuse of why it's fake.
Well, because you're not going to change their mind.
It's the same people that think the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's not?
Yeah. This guy comes up onto the property, and the priest there, whose daughter died, had to hide in his car to get the guy there, call the cops so they could get there in time, so they could trespass warrant him.
That's
It took him
terrible,
like
that.
7 years to be able to do that.
Jesus.
He hounded them for 7. He'd sit out with picket signs, do all this bullshit, and as soon as
what's
they
wrong
saw
with
somebody,
people,
they'd
man?
run, because they don't want to be.
Well,
they want to be able to do what they want
That's
to do.
crazy.
That's a mental illness, man.
It is,
People
man.
like that have fucking mental
It's
illness.
insane.
Yeah. That's fucking ridiculous.
But-
This is okay.
Do you have any trivia? Because this got really
let's go
dark.
trivia.
I'm not even.
Let's do happy trivia. Don't you
I'm
look
sorry, I kind of went there.
No, you did. You're good. I think
Welcome
it's
to the
affecting
Scott
you.
Show.
I think it's affecting you.
It is. You got to
No.
stop watching it.
It doesn't affect me like that. Like, it seriously doesn't affect me.
Listen.
Like, I'm fine.
I'm going to need you to
me
watch
personally,
season 3 of Darcy and Stacy, please.
when I see these realities and all this society, all it's done to me, it's probably good for me to realize. And I don't go anywhere. I stay home.
No, that's not
I have a
good.
great. No, it's not. I'm not saying this.
Go to
No, I'm saying this in a positive
Go
way.
to the garlic this week.
I hang. Me and my kids have a great. We don't talk about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
We have fun. Me and my friends, we all have fun.
Yeah.
All of our circle, we're all and everybody has different opinions.
I just want you to be
Like,
happy.
from Derek to everybody's got an opinion, but we all get along and we don't deal with it like everybody here on the show.
Yeah.
We all get along great, man. It's what it's like. I'm in the right circle of people.
It's because we were
I have
born
a
in the
great
generation we were
relationship
born
with
in.
my family. You know what I
Man,
mean?
that's one thing I've learned is with the older you get, the more you surround yourself with fucking good people. If any problems, I will cut up. I'm not doing that anymore.
Man.
It's not
I
worth your time.
I have goals, work.
Well, life's
shit to
too
do.
short.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Got time for none of that stress.
Let's do some fucking
politics.
trivia. Let's get some trivia.
I got 2 pre-selected, and I'm gonna have to kind of. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
The world's oldest prostitute on record is 56, 68, 85, or 98.
85.
85.
Is it?
85-year-old prostitute, man.
Good for her.
Making it happen. Every day, a single elephant can make an amount of poop equal
Why
in
is
weight.
it always?
I know. I picked this one out for the poop.
What now?
Every day, a single elephant can make an amount of poop equal to the weight of 33 cantaloupes,
What the fuck?
19 bowling balls,
The ratio.
a motorcycle, 620 blueberries,
Oh my god.
620 blueberries.
A motorcycle.
33 cantaloupes.
Oh,
That's
a
a lot
fucking
of poo.
lot, man.
I love
That's
blueberries.
that's a lot of poo.
Blueberries are so good.
Stepping on a jellyfish is gross and painful. But which of the following odd fact is true about them? They scream when they're stepped on. They eat and poop out of the same hole.
Probably.
They are actually delicious to eat. Males have penises on top of their heads.
I don't know, Scott. Probably the penis.
Eat and poop from the same hole.
Boom.
Jesus.
Double points, Colleen.
This is ridiculous.
The Troxler effect is an optical illusion that certain people suffer from, and it causes them to A, poop, no. A, see monsters and visions in a mirror, not be able to see the reflection in a mirror, see everything 3 times larger than normal, or see everything with a funhouse mirror effect.
Can't see themselves in the mirror.
The Troxler effect.
They can't see themselves.
Yeah, it's the funhouse mirror.
They see monsters and visions
Oh, how creepy.
in a mirror. Could you imagine?
No, that'd be horrible.
Like every time you look in the mirror,
No.
like it's Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You try and do your makeup, it's like, what?
I don't think
I
that's
think I saw
true.
that in an episode of Supernatural.
I think that's bullshit.
I think it's a Troxler effect, man. Look it up. It's real.
No, but I
Believe it or not, this celebrity makes $47 million per year. Carrot Top,
I was just gonna say Carrot Top.
Flo from Progressive, Dr. Phil, or Judge Judy.
Judge Judy.
$47 million.
Was I right?
Double points,
It's like
Charlie.
Flo. Come on.
Fucking Flo.
Last one.
How'd she even make it to the card?
I don't know.
Annoy your friends with this useless piece of information. Captain Crunch, his full name is. Do you know? Anybody know it?
I love Captain Crunch.
Do you know his full name?
Uh-uh.
Is it Horatio Magellan Crunch? Corrado Azzolini.
Oh, here we go.
Jeez.
Mark the time, Charlie.
Azzolin.
It's bad.
It's definitely Magellan.
Azzolino. Corrado Azzolino Crunch.
I don't think it's that.
Cristiano Castro Crunch.
No, it's Magellan.
Hart T Crunch.
No, it's Magellan, the first one.
Horatio.
Yeah.
Horatio.
Old
I think I
Horatio.
heard that before.
Yeah, Horatio.
Horatio Crunch. He's the
That was a
captain.
good one.
That was a good one.
Well, listen, we got weekends ahead of us. Scott, you got the kids. You gonna be hanging out?
Yeah, we got something to do. I can't remember what it is.
Okay.
Something
Colleen,
Saturday.
Yeah, we got an event this weekend, so I'll be working.
of course you do.
Yeah, I know.
I
Fucking.
want to get to the beach, man. Just
Yeah.
fishing in.
We got a housewarming party.
Okay.
Shout out to Tori.
When?
Saturday at like 11, and then Saturday evening. I think we're gonna do the garlic. I don't know because I'm gonna be working on the house and shit. So it's a whole.
So Saturday, you're having a housewarming party at your new home?
No. Somebody else is having a housewarming party, so we're gonna have to go to that. And then we were invited to the garlic.
When are we having the Titusville Charlie moving the Titusville party?
Well, we got to see because there's a not for a while.
When are we having another party here for the podcast?
Whenever you want, big boy.
When are we having like when's our next anniversary? When's our we're 128 episodes. When is our 2-year anniversary?
I don't know.
It's coming up, right?
Is it?
I think it's already passed.
I don't know, Scott. I can't even keep track of who's at war right now. I have
Yeah,
no idea
because
what's
I
happening.
started in January of 2020.
Yeah, we already passed our 2-year
Yeah.
anniversary and never even talked about it or did anything about
Thanks
it.
a lot. You're really
Whatever, Chris, it's all your
The
fault.
news is really affecting you. You're a
Chris
Debbie
is the one
Downer.
that notices this kind of stuff.
I know.
Chris,
I'm lost without him.
Well, listen, I love you guys, and check on your people. It's a stressful time for everybody right now. And
Go see Studio 666 in the theaters.
Charlie,
Dave
you ever
Grohl,
going to let
Foo
Ava
Fighters.
come over again since the boy was here?
We'll see.
All right. I told him he can't ever come over again whenever
Yeah,
Ava's
man.
here.
You don't need to be here.
I love you guys.
Yeah, I love you too. Download, subscribe, grab somebody's phone, grab
Happy
a family
belated
member's
birthday,
phone.
Silas.
Just grab the phone and download the podcast.
Just say something nice to somebody. It's National Nice to People Day, right?
Just
Compliment.
Compliment.
Compliment a Ukrainian and a Russian.
No, we'll just
Yeah.
compliment. Don't matter who they are. Just compliment them.
Compliment this guy for nice legs.
Thank you. Look how white they are.
Dude, you need to get out in the sun, bro.
Yeah, but look at that.
All right, I'm leaving.
You're
at
you're ghostly.
Look at
Oh,
that,
you
huh?
guys.
It's the
Squats.
same color as your shirt,
It's
bro.
from squats. All
Same
right,
color.
love you guys.
Bye.
Daisies in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. I said, you're gonna be alright. Daisies in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor,
just killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.